Hey guys, here's Scalp Logic, and recently I had a very interesting question. Should I wait to get subtle pigmentation done? Are the standards just gonna get better? Is the technology gonna get better? What should I do?
I love this. I love this. It reminds me of my early days, 15 years ago, before I got anything done. You know, just always hoping for the hair transplant to be perfect, right? The Rogaine to actually work and be perfect. Rarely things are perfect in the hair loss solution world.
Well, we know you were trying to get a map on your head, to be honest.
It might have worked out well, but I'm glad I went this route instead.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's initially how I found scalp micropigmentation. All those years ago, I plugged into Google. I was like, what if I just got a tattoo on my head? So she won't let that go.
I will not.
I love it. So will it get better? What will it look like? What do we think? What do you anticipate as far as the standards, the results, the realism?
So my answer to this client was, and I would be fascinated to hear your perspective on this, but my answer was, we are that high. And that sounds so cocky, but I'm gonna try to rephrase that. Because of the way that we approach subtle pigmentation as an art form, from every single angle, as well as thinking of the long term, I think that this is the highest standard. Now, can machines come out that are better and needles that are better? Heck yes, absolutely. Yeah. But will there be any sort of regret? Absolutely not. That's my perspective. What do you think?
I keep hanging on the fact that you said we're the best and then you took it back. And I think that's because of all the feedback in our industry. And I think they're trying to...
Well, no, I just don't... I believe that we do it differently. We
100% do it different. Right? I'm humble enough, and I think you are too, I think you would agree. There are other artists who can do what we do, but not to the degree that we do it, not on every single person. Meaning, we're not super special. We're not capable of things people can't achieve, but we work our butts off and we focus and we work harder in a lot of different areas, like how long it takes me.
Really
I'm 15 years here. I taught a lot of people how to do this.
Correct.
Very few people take the time it takes me to do it. I'm not saying I'm the fastest. I don't try to milk it, but we put a lot of extra effort into it, a lot of intricacies. And what you just said is so important as an artist and business operator, which I don't really care to operate the business. I care just to do the artistry.
Joe's not a marketer, if you guys have not realized that by now.
I don't care about it. I don't care because I'm a bald guy first and foremost, and I want the most realism, how natural can natural look. Yeah. And to the point that you just addressed is, I feel very good about someone getting it done with us today, tomorrow, next month. When I see them a year or two from now, because we see these guys all the time, years down the road, I always gulp, was my work good back then? Like, I'm almost nervous to see it after years. And I understand that there's a lot of people that do this for a living. They're not so concerned about that, it seems. And I don't know how they...
I've kind of seen that myself.
I mean, my stomach turns when I'm like, I can't wait to see this guy's results. And, almost every time I'm like, okay, satisfied. Like, it looks a little too light, it looks a little this, but, overdoing it is the worst thing any artist can do, in my opinion. Is overdoing it, meaning putting too much ink in there, and someone can spot that they have tattoo ink on their head.
Well, I would take this even further. I would say that a lot of guys don't know what they don't know, right? That's why so many people, it's more comfortable saying subtle pigmentation is a scam. Oh, you guys just want to do more sessions. And we're like, no, we don't. We really don't. As opposed to thinking a bit, okay, they have almost I would even say a futuristic way of taking this approach where it has to look natural. This isn't 10, 15 years ago where essentially people were so desperate to get anything and everything on there to cover the hair loss.
Right.
I think that we do have the higher standard, and I do think that more people are going to subscribe to what it is that we're saying and doing.
But that's our hope. I mean, we're fighting for the ball guys out there. We want, 5, 10, 15 years from now, anywhere in the world, you can go and find an artist that caters to you, that makes this look as natural as natural, because it can be done.
Yes.
It absolutely can be done. So,
what do you think of the machines? Do you think they're going to come out with these Terminator machines that are just going to be
Yeah, I've seen some 3D printing machines. They can do just flash tattoos, like a heart, something very simple.
Okay.
And I try to think about the advancement of that. I think we're 5, 10, 15, 20 years away. I mean, if Elon Musk wants to get his hands on it and make a SMP machine, I just don't think that's high interest to him or anyone else in that field. That would be amazing. But the artist in me, I kind of love, I would love to be the guy that people have to hike a mountain in Tibet to go see, to do the old school.
Oh my gosh, you would. You want to be that person with the long beard on a mountain doing yoga.
Yeah, but again, the point is, who are we doing it for?
Exactly.
And really the most important part is, the guys out there, the guys that want to get this done or have gotten it done, what are they thinking? Because that's really what matters. What are the masses thinking in that front?
Yeah.
And to your point, I think a lot of those guys are misled. They don't know what they don't don't know. They don't know exactly what they want because of all the marketing, and it's not an easy conversation to have.
Agree. They're just confused, essentially. It's
Mhm.
like, you know, oh, I definitely want something there because I want to cover my hair loss, but at the same time, I
Right.
want it to look natural. But I think natural is a different definition for
Oh,
each
that's
person.
open to interpretation.
I really do.
Absolutely.
And I think the future is going to be natural. I think the future is going to be where
Yeah.
it's got to be so natural or people are just not going to be getting it done.
We get some great comments on our YouTube channel. One of my favorite video is light versus dark. And we just got a comment a week or two ago. And the guy was very nice. You know, he was like, listen, I just don't agree with you guys. I think dark is the way to go. I understand. Would you say that's the majority of guys? There's at least
not our clients. Definitely not our clients.
I'm talking about bald men in general around the world.
I would say a lot.
I think they all prefer the dark.
Yes.
But to your point, I think eventually they'll see the light. They'll see the lightness is the more natural. And again, you know, what every guy really wants is as dark as possible without deviating from looking natural.
But again, what is natural?
What is that?
Because if it's dark in every single lighting, that's not natural. I mean, that's to us. But again, everybody's got a different definition.
Sure, sure.
But I do think the future is going to be 100%. This has to look natural.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And, you know, is a machine going to do it? That would be really cool. That'd be really cool to see, really cool to have. But I just don't think it's happening in the next year.
And my back would be super excited about a good machine.
Oh, you mean leaning all the time?
Instead of leaning over all the time.
Okay. I think we got some time on that front. But yeah, no, that's great. I guess the big problem with the machine someone would have to work out is the depth that you would have to go.
That's all I kept thinking was
the depth that you went on my head.
Different person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then again, that doesn't take into account, maybe they have another machine just scrape all the dead skin cells off and just clean the scalp.
But you wouldn't be able to do it the same day of unless you have like some magic primer that would go in between. I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting technical here.
I think this is something that's going to stand the test of time as far as machines aren't going to replace SMP just yet. It's going to take some doing.
Yeah, I don't think so, because then I think about the tattoo industry and it's like, I don't think artists are going to go away. I think they're just going to be more like, okay, that's who I will wait 2 years to go with because that's the best artist.
Absolutely. I think best case scenario, you know, if we're talking what would I do if I was completely bald again, maybe I'd start with the machine and then I'd get it finished and fine detailed by an artist because that detail that's the sauce. That's the juice.
That's not a bad idea.
That's the difference between what we do and I think what most other people do in the industry. I'm so sorry if that hurts people's feelings. I know there's a lot of talk out there. No, but I'm speaking my opinion is what I'm trying. I'm just trying to elaborate. I'm not profiling any particular artist or company and saying their work is substandard. I'm just saying as a bald guy, my opinion is that fine detail, that blending, that extra work, that is all of it. Yeah, that's the whole difference.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Well, this is exciting. So I think anybody that would be out there sitting saying, you know what, I'm going to wait. There's something better. I think these are the really good times to get this done.
Yeah, I would say.
Or even in the next couple years.
No, I love that. It's 2023. I would say like 2017, 2018, there was like a huge advancement in the scalp micropigmentation industry. And I think a lot of artists are getting smarter. And every day, right? Every week, every month, we see more and more around the world. I know in Korea, saw some really great artists. It's coming. It's definitely coming.
Absolutely.
So if you're a bald guy and you're weighing your options, hair transplant, alopecia, I would make an argument this is the best thing you can do, bar none.
I agree. Unless you want to start cupping on your scalp. That might be something.
We'll save that for another video. We're on to something with that, though. Don't leak it just yet.
Thanks, guys.